We got to hit on some of the highlights from this movie, some of the things people are already talking about, and I can't think of a better place to start than, of course, praise miming.
Yeah, that dichotomy, that split, like it was a brilliant transition from like just going on you close up to like coming to you close up with the makeup on and just like, I can't believe this Negro has me out. You know, and it's like a deep, I don't know if there's a breath or something, but the music hits and you just go up and it's just like, I'm here now. So I'm gonna do it. I mean, I was like that. Oh, it made me so happy. For a while, she was worried she was going to be canceled for doing whiteface, but then I said it doesn't go both ways.
It doesn't go both ways.
You'll be fine.
I'm Angelique Jackson, Senior Entertainment Writer at Variety, and joining me at the Variety Virtual Sundance Studio, presented by Audible, is the team behind Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. And that is stars Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall, and producer Adane Ebo, and writer and director Adama Ebo. Y'all, hello, happy Sunday. I got my church fan.
What up, Angelique? Happy to be here. Thank you.
This movie kind of takes a deeper look and a comedic look a bit at church culture, in particular, Southern Baptist megachurch culture. Let me ask you, Sterling and Regina, when you first read this script, what element stuck out to you the most? That you were like, oh yeah, no, I remember that. Regina, I'll start with you.
I didn't stop thinking about it after I read it. Sometimes you read something, you put it down and it's kind of done. But this one I really thought about, and I thought it was funny, but like something also, so sad.
Yeah.
And you have this church community, but then there's this feeling with this couple that's together but isolated. It just had a lot of things. And then that idea of God and religion and our roles and the role of a first lady, and what is that? And you know what I mean? And I don't know, there's so many ideas and feelings but I laughed and I watched the short and I really laughed. I was like, this is funny. And then you meet, Adama and Adane, and they have a vision and you're like, if it works, it can be special. And that's what it felt. It felt special because I hadn't read material like this ever before in this subject matter.
Sterling, what was your reaction?
It was a welcome, like breath of fresh air to see an insider's perspective and affinity for an institution that they knew was worthy of examination, right? So it's not trying to tear something down for the sake of tearing something down or making fun of, to be like, that's so silly or whatnot. But it's like, no, there's something beautiful here and there's ways in which it could possibly be improved. But it has to be able to look at itself and be like, can we hold this mirror up to ourselves and be like, all right, yeah, I guess we do that. And maybe we could do something a little bit different. So in particular, just like the relationship to prosperity, right? Mm-hmm. And how much is enoughness. Then there's also the church's relationship to the LGBTQ community. And one of the Fabulous Five says something like, we had a man who was in our congregation, he was in all them group stuff, blah, blah, blah. But we know from experience that there are people who are LGBTQ within our church. And as long as they don't make too much of a show of it, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as you like start putting all that stuff up in our face, then it's like, And so I just find like with Lee Curtis being a central figure who is dealing with sort of his own aspects of identity and sexuality, like that space of like, what is the space? Where can he fit? Do we have to change sort of the dogma with which we have been sort of inculcated with to allow space to be people to fully be themselves and loved by God and love God?
It's really about taking that facade off what church is supposed to look like and really showing the inner workings of the complication of what it is. So Adama, I'm turning to you because this came out of y'all's brains. Where did this concept come from, and why did you want to dive into it this way?
I mean, I think it came from us being very connected to Southern Baptist megachurch culture growing up, and then also our constant questioning of things that we didn't understand or things that we didn't think was right. And that's how I see this film, as like a constant questioning of what's the truth, what's acceptable, how people should function in these institutions, and what is right, whatever right means to people. And so it came from that burning desire to just be like, why?
That journey from short to Sundance, at what point was the breakthrough moment that this feature was on its way?
Well, it started off as a feature. Love and Locusts and Leviticus and Lambs was the original feature. After Adama got the idea to do a short film as a proof of concept in order for the feature to have legs, after that, we knew that we wanted to get what became Honk, the feature, out into the world. So I think I ended up really, really pushing Adama to apply to the Sundance Labs with the feature version. And then after that, we put the short out into the world. Luckily, Issa Rae liked the short enough to host it on her Short Film Sundays YouTube channel. And once we saw the responses to that, we were like, okay, the feature could actually happen. Like there's an actual appetite to see more of this. From there, it was about securing financing, casting, and just getting this thing off the ground.
Another point, of course, is when you go into a movie about a pastor and a first lady, I don't know how many people expect to hear "Nuck if you buck."
You know what's so okay? They gave us, like, I was asking Adama for a while. I was like, what's the song that you want to do? Like, what are you feeling like? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, haven't quite found it yet. She had some ideas. And so I saw it on the schedule. It's coming up. So about a week, 10 days before, they're like, all right, we got the song. It's Nuck If You Buck. And I guess I've been living in New York and LA for too long because I was like, Nuck If You who? What?
I ain't heard of it either.
And I went to Regina. I was like, yeah, you know the song? And she's like, mm-mm. But we listened to it and we were like, shit hits. It hits nice. And it sort of is perfect for like what they're going through because they're gearing up to go to battle.
When I tell you, you played at family reunions, you played at weddings, you play it in the club. And when it comes on, before the first verse, like Sterling's verse is the first verse, before that comes on, you're just like you, that's what you do. On beat. And you gearing up for it. It's a fight song,
Yeah. And it's weird because you're in the car and you're like, are they going to know the words? Or is it just, are they going to change it? And you're like, oh no. And they're not going to skip any expletives. They're in the song, which was great because it's like they are real people.
Yeah.
It was like, this is who y'all were before y'all really got saved.
Yes.